The object of the exercise is coaching. Many of you will be put in situations of a need to rectify poor performance in someone that you interact with closely. You might be the manager of a business, you might be a manager of a small section of a business, you might be a Boy Scout leader, you may have a difficult husband who just needs a little coaching, you get a better performance out of him, as the case may be. The object of the exercise is to have a look at and correctly assess the situation, find out what is wrong, find out what is needed, and help them to get it. So that the whole purpose of coaching is to get the very best out of that person. You must, and often as a coach, a manager, a boss, a leader, you're in a situation where you can't simply get somebody else. It's like a footy team, you know. You've got to do the very best with what you've got. And, I mean, if you're a Richmond follower, you understand very much exactly what I mean by that. You cannot just simply change the personnel. They're not necessarily going to be available. So, the object of the exercise here is, what's the reason? You need to ask and do some research on the situation. Something has gone wrong. There may be an issue of poor training, where the person going into the job has simply not had enough instruction. Or the job may have changed and there's been no further instruction to develop or adjust them to the new situation. There may be poor equipment, inadequate sales brochures, inadequate machinery to do what they have to do. Your whole object of your research is to find out. The structure of the job may have changed. The demands placed on this particular person or this particular position may have increased, and there is less time to do it. And lastly, and probably most of all, motivation. What's going on for this person? What's going on in their private lives? And this is where you have to be very delicate in the process. Not every manager is a trained counsellor and may have very little knowledge and understanding of psychology, but we're all human, and we can look at this person and say to them, well, you know, is there anything going on at home? Is there anything that you need help with? Are you getting counselling? Have you got additional stresses going on in your life that we can help you with? Can we reorganise the time? Is there anything we can do to help you? Because if people are down and they feel like they're working for nothing, they won't be motivated. So these are the things that you look for when you're going to ask questions. So these are the questions you ask. Does this person know what's required of the job? How has the performance changed? He was doing the job very well before. Why has it changed? Is he or she aware that their performance has dropped? And what criteria are being used to assess whether the performance has changed, or how do they monitor themselves? Does he or she have the skills that are required? Have they been re-skilled? Everything's changing in this world. As somebody once said, the only thing we're sure of is taxes and change. So, do we have realistic expectations? One of my favourite sayings is that disappointment is built on unrealistic expectations. Are your expectations realistic for this person in this job, or for this activity in this present climate environment? Is this person aware of the impact that their performance is having on other team members? Is it aware of how it's affecting the business or affecting the organisation that he's part of? Does he have adequate resources? Does he have the proper equipment, proper sales material and so on that is necessary to do the job? Are there obstacles beyond their control? If you do find it, if you do, you ask them. The essence here is to engage with them and ask them what's going on. You can have a situation develop where they may have been performing very, very well, and so you've that going to motivate them? Is their performance being appropriately rewarded? And is it a case where the job may have outgrown the employee, or is it a situation where the employee may have been promoted beyond the level of their expertise and ability? We used to say that the entire government was run on that basis, that people were promoted to the level of their incompetence. Maybe that's a little bit unfair, but I haven't seen a lot to reassure me on that point. So, particularly as elected judges, having done your research, Sheldon, please get an idea of what's going on. Having done your research, you then have to bring in the person concerned and sit down and have a coaching session with them. These are the things you're trying to do in the coaching session. In a moment we're going to do a role play, and you have to assess that and see if we can not achieve all of these things, but some. They don't necessarily have to be in this order. So, we explain the reason for the discussion. What we are concerned about in the performance, the impact on the management. Are they aware of the impact on the management of others? We have to ascertain that while the person we're talking to. We have to acknowledge and listen to what they're saying to us. You've got to actually totally engage with them. It's not a body session. You're not trying to get rid of them. You're actually trying to get the very best out of them. So you've really got to be patient and listen. Seek the person's opinion on what should be done. Discuss possible solutions, agree on a strategy or a solution for the situation, and what action is going to be taken. Do a follow-up meeting, and in that follow-up meeting you would praise positive resources. We won't get to it. Okay. In a few seconds I'm going to ask Kathy Papa to get up and act as a role play for me, and we will demonstrate for you how you would go about coaching someone in a poor performance situation. So I'm sitting in my office, and the scenario I'm giving you is we are a regional distributor for various sorts of building products in the building industry. We have recently lost our sales manager, and our superstar, top salesperson, has been promoted to sales manager. And Kathy will be playing that role. We have a stunningly new range of products that have been produced and put into our organisation, and these have been released. And what I have found is that all of other regional distributors have found that there is a significant uptake of this new product. They've done very, very well. Our sales are down 40%. So I've done some homework, had a look at the situation, and I'm asking Kathy to come in now, and we'll discuss them all. Hi Kath, good to see you.
Please.
So, the reason, I'm just trying to get the right distance here. Okay, the reason for the meeting is, as you know, I know you're doing the job, you've got a whole lot going on. There is a significant drop in our sales performance, and I know you're concerned about that because you've been our top salesman for the last 10 years now. So I just wanted to discuss the whole matter with you and see if we can find out what's going on. Is that all right? So
sure.
Do you at this point, do you have any ideas on what might be happening? You do understand the situation?
I do, completely.
Okay, we're 40% down on sales, and
I know. I have not been able to be returning my clients' calls because, as manager, I need to
in the past? I mean, you've been the top salesperson, admittedly, but
Yeah, sure.
these people have been performing at some level. Do you think there's any reason why they suddenly seem to have more difficulties, or is that the case? Or?
Well, when Jeff was in the role, I suppose he had a different skill set than I have, and that's possible. They kind of felt that there was different leadership there.
Before you go, have you had any specific training in management and training in coaching?
I'm really good at sales. I love.
We know that.
Yeah.
The track record shows that.
Well,
things have happened with you.
No, not really. Not really as a manager.
Would you think that would be useful to you?
Well, yes, because some days I get into the office and I really am so lost for what to do with helping some of these staff members.
So it's actually in training and helping and communicating with other staff members, which is a very different scenario to interacting with people who you're selling to. Correct?
Yes, I suppose it is.
So one of the things we look at then is we will see if we can get some managerial training for you, so that you are able to deal with these things quickly and effectively, and focus on your own time, and focus on more of your own sales. However, you are in a managerial position, so is there anything else in that managerial position that is not where it's taking up your time?
Yes, I think trying to make sales and trying to run the team is just, we've just got some conflict happening with my capacity, and I don't know that my targets are sustainable. I cannot sustain it. I think maybe it's worth revisiting.
Okay. That's a worry for us, because you are our top salesperson, and when we put you in a managerial position, we lost our top salesperson. So, how would you like something?
I do.
How would you like to restructure the department so that we had more office staff to assist you in carrying out a lot of the things that would be regarded as managerial, and you can simply delegate it, so that you can stay at the coalface and you can stay at teaching the sales people, because sales are critical.
Sure. Yeah, I don't. If that's from doing admin duties, yeah.
Well, you should have.
I certainly can't on administration duties, because.
Okay, we'll have a look at that restructure, the administrative support system that you have around you.
Yeah.
What about backup support materials, like advertising? Is that all available to you? Is there adequate support for this new range of products?
No, there's nothing available. There's this new range of products, that's a fantastic new range of products that you just told us about last week, but the material hasn't come through.
Advertising and promotional materials are available?
No, I didn't. Did you say there was something to come?
Well, there's significant sales of the new product in other regional areas, so we have to look into it and find out why we're missing it. Okay, look, there's two things that have been said here at this point in time. You need some managerial training, and we'll put that into operation immediately, and we'll restructure the administrative situation around you so you've got more time, because we really want to keep you at the sales at the workplace, because your performance motivates the other side. So let's meet again. Just give me 48 hours, and what we'll do is I'll check into the management training program that we'll put you into, and we'll have another discussion about that in a couple of days. Okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you.